And welcome back. You're watching Talk of the Town. Our next guest has a very simple mission. It's simply to make gluten-free beer that tastes good. And joining me right now, I have Trevor Easton. He's the owner of Brew, as well as Chris Garrity. He's in sales and distribution. Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you.
All right, and bringing some props as
Absolutely.
well. All right, you've been around about 5 years. You're on Wright Street in Madison. And I'm wondering, how did you get started?
So I actually got started because my wife was diagnosed with celiac actually back in 2007. And I was an avid home brewer at the time and really enjoyed craft beer. And when she got diagnosed, it kind of ended that hobby because she couldn't drink the beer with me, and it made it a kind of a disaster in our kitchen. So I gave it up, but realized I missed it. And one day I was like, I will just go back and why don't I brew just a really good gluten-free home brew with really the goal being a beer that she could drink that I actually wanted to drink.
Yeah, and it looks like you've done well.
Took us quite a few years to establish the base recipes, but then from there we've been really adding quite a bit, and we do actually over 24 styles right now.
Good for you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's really interesting. What makes your gluten-free beer different than maybe some other folks that are trying the same thing?
So one of the first things is we don't use wheat, barley, or rye in any of the beers we do, and we don't use the enzyme either to reduce the gluten. So they're 100% gluten-free, and then what we really try to focus on is using the right yeast, using the right hops and grains so that we can really nail the styles. And I actually am not gluten-free, so I can actually try all the beers that are out there and whatever styles are available, and these are very, very on par with anything that's available.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about that, because you've brought in even just a sampling here, and there's quite a variety, the range of styles that you have.
Yeah. Do you want to? So we've got, we basically do 24 styles. We try to keep our core four where we have really our lightest style, which is our Kickback Kolsch. And then we have our Farmhouse Ale, which is kind of a nice, good, solid middle-of-the-road beer. And then our most popular is our Hollywood Nights, which is a blonde IPA, and people love IPAs. It's got a nice, it's dry hopped with Chinook hops that are actually grown right here in southern Wisconsin. And then we also have our darker style of our Copperhead, which has also won some awards too nationally.
That is quite a range. So you've won some awards. Let's talk about that.
So the Copperhead is our most awarded beer. We've won the bronze medal at the World Beer Cup.
World Beer?
Yep. So out of, I believe there were over 50 entries.
There's quite a few, yeah.
So we took third, so bronze medal with that. And then at the Great American Beer Festival out in Colorado, we took the silver medal. So Copperhead is definitely one of our more popular beers out there, especially this time of year as the palates get a little bit warmer. People want more of that toasty, malty feel to their beer, so Copperhead goes really well.
Those awards are really impressive considering how young your business is.
Yes.
That's really neat. So if folks are interested, maybe they're in a situation like your wife and excited about something that actually tastes good, where can they find these products?
So we are in all the major grocery stores here in town, so like the Hy-Vees, the Woodmans, even a lot of the smaller ones, so like the Willie Street Co-ops. You'll find us at the different liquor stores around town, like say Steve's, things like that. But then also what we've been trying to really do is saturate the restaurant and bar market for where our customers shop. So the gluten intolerant, the celiacs that are out there, we just want to make sure that they have a product they can enjoy while being out with their friends, because this is such a beer-friendly environment. And it's tough. I'm a celiac myself, similar to his wife. So you find that when you're out in groups, it's very difficult to enjoy the time if you don't have a nice beverage to drink. So.
And how nice, if you're entertaining and you know someone that's coming over that's in that situation, to be able to offer something to them, because I'm sure you run into that a lot as you go out with friends or over to friends' homes or whatever you're doing. I have to say, you're wearing some of your Brew swag, and I did see online that you have some cool swag too. There are beer lovers out there that like that sort of thing. Let's talk about the future. So you're roughly 5 years old. What are you thinking for the future?
So right now, everything we make is on a one-barrel system, which is very small, and we do everything in-house. We don't contract out at all. So really our next step is increasing our capacity so we can start actually having beer that we can get further out into the market. So that's really our what's on the horizon for us. And fortunately, the facility we're in has some extra room, so we're going to be able to expand in our current location for the next couple of years.
You have room to grow.
We have room to grow. Yes.
Yeah, and I missed what you said. Are you only in Wisconsin so far?
Yes, correct. So
Okay.
we're licensed right now to only sell in Wisconsin, and we're really concentrated right here in the Madison area. We do a few things outside of the city, but part of this expansion plan that we have is to make enough beer so that we really can saturate Wisconsin. I get messages every day, especially through social media, from other gluten intolerant or celiac folks saying, hey, when can I drink your beer? I live nowhere near Madison.
Yeah.
So those are the people we're trying to take care of.
Okay, well, if you have out-of-town guests coming, maybe they can stock up before they head back out of state.
Absolutely.
All right, and we're out of time, gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you for having us.
Alt Brew, they're on Wright Street. You can also find them online. We're Talk of the Town, and we'll be right back.